guest, Sub Halala, or rather Makhi, but she will do the honors of introducing herself before we go forth, so we can know her before she tells us her running story. And we say to you at home, please like, subscribe to our channel. That will contribute to the growth of our channel as we grow this channel together. And without a further waste of time, I would like to say to Makhi, welcome. Welcome to our Runners podcast with Rotokholo.
Thank you so much for having me and welcome in my space as well.
Yeah, no, and thanks for allowing us to come to your space and invade your space.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Makhi, please just introduce yourself to our viewers back home.
Sure. I'm a mother. First and foremost, I'm a woman. I'm then a wife, a widow, daughter, mother, runner, in that order.
Yeah.
A bit about myself. I'm a very proud 48-year-old back runner. I absolutely love it at the back, and if I can take at least one runner with me to the finish, it fulfills my soul.
Yeah.
I have a 20-year-old daughter. She's starting to be a chef.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
It's costing me a fortune, but she's passionate about it and she fulfills me. She's just amazing.
Is that the only daughter?
Yes.
Or the only child?
She is. We had a daughter before her, but she unfortunately passed.
Oh, sure.
But life.
Yeah, part of life. Yeah. When you first decided I am going to run, what encouraged you or what pushed you to?
Do I run or do I move? Because some people will say I'm just moving there at the back.
Yeah.
So for me, I actually got into running due to life circumstances. Was in 2011, my husband passed.
Oh, okay.
And as a coping mechanism, because a week after he passed, I was diagnosed with cancer. So my whole world came crumbling down, literally.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, so I was suicidal. I attempted and failed. Thank God.
Yeah, no, thank God, because otherwise we wouldn't have you here today.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it taught me a lot about myself. Going through that journey, as I left the house and I was just going to end it all somewhere. I went out of the gate. I took a knife with me because I was going to cut my wrist and let it end in the veld. My daughter was 6 years old at the time, and I mean it was around the time that her dad passed.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're going through that, you are really you just want a solution.
Yeah, and that was your quick fix, I would assume.
Absolutely, it was my quick fix. A very selfish one, now that I think about it.
Very selfish,
yeah. And I just wanted all of it to just end because I was in a lot of pain, you know. And I went out of the gate, cut, I went through some fell down the road. Cut, but it didn't happen. And then I came back home, and I laughed because when I actually looked at the side of the knife that I used, it was the handle.
Oh, but did you manage to cut yourself?
Well, I
once
was.
Or twice?
Well, it didn't cut at all because I was using the handle. I was holding it the wrong way around.
Yeah.
So I came back and I laughed.
About you know. Can I just interject this a little bit? you know, there's a Spedi idiom that say, "Maongwana o swara thipa mo bogaleng."
Yeah.
So you literally was holding it on the sharp side
Yes.
instead of holding it on the handle.
Yes.
So in a way, you were protecting your daughter, unaware.
Unaware, and
Yeah.
I never thought about that analogy.
Mm.
And I came back and I laughed at myself. And my daughter said to me, like, "Wow, mommy, there's that beautiful smile."
Yeah.
And I then realized I haven't been laughing because I was in such a deep, sorrowful state,
Yeah.
you know. And I mean, during all of this, I was going through the chemo. I looked terrible. Like, I really looked like my problems.
Imagine,
I really, really looked like my problems.
yeah.
And I then said to myself, okay, let's try again tomorrow.
Oh.
And we tried again
Mm-hmm.
the following day, leaving the house. And it still didn't work.
It didn't materialize.
Yeah. But I was consistent, you see.
Yeah.
Like running, it needs consistency, right?
A lot of consistency.
Yeah. And then the third time, I just stood in the felt and I just looked at it and I was like, oh well. And I came home and I laughed so hard. I laughed from the belly, you know, that kind of laugh where you're crying, and I laughed so hard at myself. And I'm like, girl, you don't have the guts to do that. So if you can't do this, then there must be something, you know. So there must be something that you have the guts in doing, because this you clearly don't. And I gave up on that dream.
But just before you continue, when you went out, how many weeks or months after your husband's passing did you attempt to kill yourself?
It was because a week after he passed, I was diagnosed with cancer. And then the chemo started. So the chemo was every month for 6 months. So it's 6 sessions, more than 6, give or take.
So you had already had 6 sessions?
No, it was during.
Or you
in the process of it. Because one thing about chemo, it really makes you feel very sluggish. You feel terrible. You really feel sick.
I can imagine.
Yeah. And this was about, I think, around the third session.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. But then I realized that going out and trying the suicide thingy, when I came back home, I felt a bit better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I gave up on the suicide.
On the knife.
On the knife stories. And now I just started going out of the gate. Yeah. And I walked and I would go and cry in the open space and let it out and come back home. Yeah. So my emotional state then became a bit better.
Yeah, so it got better with the days that you were going out, coming back.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then it also took me to a place whereby I used to gym, and my late husband and myself, I actually met him at the gym. He was a bodybuilder. He was this huge man. And I used to do aerobics and all of that, and that's where we met. So
you were doing aerobics, he was a bodybuilder.
Yeah, no, I can never be a bodybuilder.
Not just
yes. And it was a thing that we had by being active, being gymming, and so that was that piece that I clung onto.
Yeah.
And the walking then became more frequent, and it became jogs.
Oh.
And then I went back to the gym. After I finished my chemo treatment, when I got a clear from the doctor, I went and started going back to the gym.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then during this, when the doctor saw that I was not in a good mental state, he wanted to put me on antidepressants.
Oh.
And I said to him, no.
Or you refused the antidote?
Yeah, I actually said to him, listen, give me a year, let me try it holistically first. If it doesn't work, and if I come back after a year and I'm still in the same space, same state, then we can revisit. Then I will give you the opportunity for the medication. Because I have friends that are on the medication, and I actually don't really like how they are.
So based on what you've seen in others, I don't want to go through the same.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I also just told myself I need to go through the motions.
Oh, yeah.
Because now clearly the suicide didn't happen. So now let me go through the stormy seas. Let me deal with it head on.
Oh, yeah.
And then he said to me, okay, cool. Then I started going back to the gym, and my first love is spinning. I love the spinning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't ride a bicycle yet,
yeah.
right? But I love spinning. So in the spinning class, the guys, I always used to say, Woza Makhi, Woza Makhi.
Oh, this Woza Makhi comes from far, eh?
Comes from very far.
Yeah,
so it's from the spinning class. So the name Makhi actually comes from the spinning class, and it then resonated into running. Yes.
Which we'll get into,
Yeah. So then I then started going back to the gym, and I started feeling better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then...
So you were back to aerobics?
Yeah, back to the gym. Okay. Spinning, swimming, and aerobics. I did do the aerobics as well, but I don't do the step class, sorry. No. And it really helped me in so many ways. Because also with the medication that I got when I was going through chemo, I picked up a lot of weight. The body retained water, but for me it was never about losing the weight. It was about being holistically okay. It was more my mental state more than what the body looked like, whether I lost my hair, because I had a lot of hair. But then the chemo, then the chemo, because remember, it not only kills the cancerous cells, it also kills the dead cells, like your nails, the good cells, like your nails, your hair, and it falls out and all of that.
Yeah, I think I have seen people who have had cancer. You can see most of them losing their hair, and I do have I do have an experience of that, though it's not a first-hand experience.
Yeah, and then also when your hair and your nails grow back again, it's not the same as it was before, because it grows back finer. Your nails are more brittle, and for me, I am so okay with it because I am alive.
Yeah, no. Life is life before everything, eh?
Life before everything, and I have a bald patch, and I'm okay with it. I'm alright, and I'm working it proper.
Because life is a gift. We must
absolutely.
The sooner people realize or understand that life is a gift, that you get it once, and you don't know if you're gonna reincarnate, but what we know is that we get it once.
Absolutely.
When you've lost it, it's gone. It's gone.
There's no take two.
No. There's no spare.
Life.
There's no.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's quite a moving story. Yeah. And then so you were gymming, and then you refused the antidepressants, and then how did it Did you go back a year later and
So a year later, I went back to the doctor for a checkup. And when I went back a year later, I finished my first 2 oceans.
Oh, you had already started running?
No.
Oh, okay.
So that's a story. So I went back to the doctor a year later. Then I finished my first 2 oceans, and he was shook.
Yeah.
Because I actually went with my medal, and he was like, wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like I'm surprised. Also.
Yeah. So yeah, I then because I was now like walking and I went back to the gym. Then one day I saw people at Mo Park. I was just going to the gym, but I saw traffic.
Oh, a traffic of people.
Yeah, like
Of
a lot of
runners.
traffic. Well, let's just say a lot of traffic.
Okay.
Then I'm asking, like, why is the gym so busy? Because there's a race that starts at the zoo, and it's not far from Mo Park Gym.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm asking the guys, why is it so busy here? So many people, you know? They're like, no, there's a race at the zoo. And like, oh, a race. Yeah, people are running, and like, oh, let me go. And on my way there, I stopped at the garage and I have to get supplies. Because I'm going to run a 10-kilometer marathon. Okay, by then I didn't know I was going to run 10 kilometers.
It was a 10-kilometer marathon. Let's leave it there.
Yeah. And I'm wearing my gym shoes and my tracksuit, and I have my backpack.
Yeah.
And I stand right at the front.
Oh, you went to stood in the front everywhere.
Yes, but like I used to run at school. I used to be fast. So listen.
Hello.
We just take on from there. And I'm standing next to these elites, and they give me the look. You know that look like.
Were you big at the time?
Yeah.
I know why would they give you a look. They
Yeah.
would look at the weight and say,
Yeah.
she's not one of us.
Yeah. So I've already started losing the weight. But I wasn't elite material.
Yeah.
I still am not elite material. And I was like, and I'm stretching, and this is now me, and the race starts. I entered for the 10 kilometers, the race starts, and everyone on the field leaves me. I think I ran for less than 100 meters actually.
Oh, you sprinted.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people just left me. I finished in 2 hours.
The 10 kilometers.
My 10-kilometer marathon.
Yeah.
Remember? I couldn't go to work the following day.
Oh, shame. Yeah. I can understand that.
I was in so much of pain. But it was so fulfilling.
But you managed to run and finish the entire 10 kilometers.
Absolutely. And I ran a marathon, and it was so fulfilling. And I'm like, I'm going back again. Then the entries for Soweto Marathon was open.
Or is it the more or less the same zoo race as we just had?
Gerald Fox.
Yeah,
yes.
It was Gerald Fox. Yeah, around July, August. Yeah.
Yes.
And Soweto is coming in November.
In November.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So I entered for Soweto Marathon, 21 kilometers.
Oh yeah.
Because now I ran a 10 kilometers more. So the next one, I can't go lower than 10-kilometer marathon again. So it's either 10 or more. And in my mind, I'm like, no, I'll be very fit by then. I'm going to leave these people who just left me.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Then I enter the 21-kilometer half marathon, and I get a little bit of training. I run from my house. I run to up and down the bridge. I come back, and so I'm a bit more fitter. And I ran the half marathon, and I finished, I think, in 2:30.
Yeah.
So, which was not too shabby, not too bad,
yeah,
you know. But now I know I mustn't stand at the front. That I learned. And it was the most amazing half marathon I ran.
Fulfilling.
Absolutely, very fulfilling. Then Two Oceans entries opens. This was in November 2024, right? So Two Oceans, 2014, sorry. 2014. Oh my goodness, we're not even in November yet. So in 2014, and Two Oceans entries open, and I was going to enter for the 21 kilometers. I was never going to run more than 21 kilometers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm okay now. Because now I know you are in a lot of pain, and like, Okay, cool. Then, as I was waiting to enter, so back then, there was a countdown system. So you log on, and then you are number 2000 and whatever in the queue, and you wait for your turn. When your turn comes, you pay, and you automatically enter.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm number 2000 couple, and they only took 11,000 runners.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I have a fair chance of getting in. I'm number
2000
out of 11, you know. So when my turn comes, I wait for the OTP from the bank, and I wait. It expires. So if you don't pay immediately, you go back.
Oh yeah, back to
You
the
forfeit.
queue.
You go back to the queue. You forfeit your space, and that's what happened to me. So then now I'm number 15,000 couple and whatever, and I'm like,
Sure.
there's no way that I'm getting in. And I wait. I said maybe 12,000 people before me is gonna give up, and then I have a space. But while that didn't happen, and then the entries get full.
Oh yeah.
Now the only entries that are left is that those ones.
I don't want to guess, but you need to tell us.
So the entries that are left, it's the 56.
Oh, the ultra.
The ultra.
The ultra.
The ultra. And I have a colleague who's a runner. And she's a friend. And you know, runners are liars. They will tell you, easy peasy, man. When are you do it? You can do it. And she says to me, her name was Sonisani Mashele. She says to me, hi Marawana, you just did Soweto Marathon 230. This is 56K, 230 times 2.
2 is 4, yeah.
It's 5 hours, Nyana. Yeah, what? 5 hours for the 56 are standard. Now you see how it looks good on paper. Okay? Yeah. And I'm like, 56, my girl. I don't know, man. Don't worry, you got it. I enter on the spot for the 56 kilometers. After I entered, I'm saying to her, okay, I entered, here's my confirmation, and then she says to me, oh, you must qualify.
Oh, now you must qualify, yeah.
Okay. What do you mean I must qualify? Yeah, you must run a 42 in under 5 hours. Okay. I ran a half marathon, got 230. It's 230.
I just times it by 2, it gives you.
It gives you
like 100%.
100% on the spot. It's maths.
On the dot, yeah.
It's maths, isn't it? And then she says, no, we'll just do the 21K, maybe 225. Okay, cool. I go and I enter, and I'm looking for a race to go and qualify. Yeah. I must remember this is in November, so that I enter. I enter for Johnson Crane.
Yes, in January.
And I've got the whole December, January to train. And I go and I train. But I use the same training that I was using to train for the 21. And this is me leaving the house, go to the bridge. I don't have a watch, I don't have anything. So I just run and I come back. And I go and I run Johnson Crane with my gym shorts, my gym shoes, which is size fitting, that I bought, I think, at one of our retail stores. Or your Edgar's, or what. I just go and I just get.
You get sneakers.
Sneakers and
also, like if you look at the brand and you saw someone running
with
brand,
it, yes.
that should be a
running
shoe. Yeah.
And Pinao, I go and I run Johnson Crane. Okay, I don't know what to eat or anything. I just go and run.
Okay, then you are on your gym shoes and then you ran Johnson Crane.
Yeah, and I am going through the most on that race.
I can imagine. Is it 2 lap, eh?
It used to be a single lap.
Oh, it used to be a single lap.
So it used to go through the farms.
I can remember that one.
and it's lonely. Remember, I'm at the back. And it's hot. I think it was
January it's hot. Yeah.
I think it was about 30-something degrees on the day. And I don't know anything about eating or anything. I just water, coke,
yeah.
toilet, water, coke, toilet.
Literally. Yeah.
Literally. And I get to, and as I'm going, I said, yo, man upstairs, if you can just get me to the finish today, I won't let another runner suffer as I'm suffering today. And I get to and then I started passing runners.
Oh.
Yeah. And
that's good.
There's no greater feeling than knowing you are not the last person.
Yeah, you're not, and you running past others.
Absolutely, yes. Because for the longest of time, I didn't see anybody, you know. So I'm like, oh, people are still on the road. Then I started passing runners, and and as I'm passing, then I'm starting to say, you're looking good, let's do this, let's finish, and, you know, just
you're the one encouraging them now.
Yes. And I get to the finish in 6 hours something. The guys were already picked up.
Yeah.
But they gave me a medal.
Oh.
Yeah.
A 42-kilometer medal.
40, and that is the most treasured 42-kilometer medal I have in my life.
Really?
Yes.
That's good, yeah.
I worked hard.
Yeah, I understand.
You know? And they were still giving us the can opener medal. The crane that opens, the bottle opener.
Yeah.
And I took a few days off.
Of work?
I got home, I stepped into the shower, and I was screaming.
Oh.
I chafed all over.
Yeah, like body chafing on steroids.
I didn't even know about Vaseline.
Yeah.
Remember, I just went to run. And my ex-boss is a runner.
Oh, lucky.
And she's run Comrades, and she then asked me, she calls me, she asked me, how did it go? And I say to her, oh, Rona, it went so bad. I'm in so much of pain. I'm horizontal. I'm burning all over. And then she laughed. She laughed so hard, and she says to me, what did you wear? And I'm telling her I wore this, and I had my little sexy number, because if a woman's undergarments are good, she feels good.
Yeah.
And then she says, let's get rid of this. You need to get comfortable stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The shoes are wrong. We need to go
get the proper shoes.
We are going shopping. All the attire is wrong. How was your training? Then I tell her, no, this is where I was running, blah, 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 blah. And she says, okay, drive there. Check the
distance.
Measure the distance with the car. Drive there where you stop, and then you tell me how many kilometers you were running. Wow. I was training less than 5 kilometers a day.
Yeah, I know.
And she said to me, girl, you need to run way more than this if you're going to do 2 oceans. And I'm like, okay. She says to me, go to the gym in the morning. You will definitely find runners there.
Oh, yeah.
And speak to them, ask them when they train, join them. And start asking relevant questions. Because she stays far from me, she stays in 4 ways.
Oh, yes.
And then I'm like, okay, cool. Then one morning on my way to work, actually, at the Reavaya station, I see a group of guys standing there. And then I asked them, like, okay, guys, you runners, yeah. I would like to join you. When do you train? And they tell me the times that we meet here towards a park, or we meet at Virgin Active Maponyan. So,
oh, yes.
Yeah. Then I'm like, okay, cool. I get their numbers and I start training with them.
Oh, that's good.
Now I have a tribe, right? And then I'm telling them I need to qualify
for 2 oceans.
Yeah. So now we target a race, and this is what Rona said to me. We need to target a race where you're going to run and you're going to qualify. And we target Township Marathon, which happens in end of February.
Yes. Yeah, because township, that time of the year.
So she says we're cutting it fine, but at least you have the base training because you've been doing strength.
Yeah.
So you will be fine. And now I'm doing marathon training now. And they take me on a long run.
Oh, the weekend long runs.
The weekend long run. I go and the hills.
Oh, now you're doing hills as well.
And I'm doing hills. We're doing hill repeats. I'm doing grass. We're doing track. And we're doing the weekend.
Serious stuff now.
Serious stuff now. And now we also went shopping to get the right garments to wear. And we go and run in the south. Now, the south is known for hills.
Where exactly in the south? Alberton or Comaros?
The Comaro, we start at Southgate. Then we go Columbine, Camaro, Barbara, we do Petersburg, we do Barbara, Tabayabatswana.
Those are the hills.
Those are the hills. And then you come back Camaro and Peter Ackroyd.
Yeah, you turn right, left Peter Ackroyd, after that gruesome Comaro.
Comaro, yes.
Yeah, that's...
So now I'm doing those things.
Yeah, you were doing... Yeah, now you're doing proper training.
Absolutely. And I'm like, okay. And it's unforgiving.
Without any...
Without fail.
Yeah.
I get then to the start line of Township.
Oh, yes.
And I run Township Marathon. And I run by myself.
Oh, yeah?
You know, I don't have a watch. I don't have anything.
Oh, you still do not have something to measure.
To measure. But I just run. But I'm feeling more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know,
it gets easier then now.
Well, not easier, but manageable, more manageable.
Oh, yeah, more manageable.
Yeah, because you get a bit wiser, right? And I've done the training. So I go and I run Township. So back then, Township was still a single leper before it's a double.
No, the last time I did Township was a single leper whereby...
You went to Lenasia.
Yeah, it would cross over to Lenasia side. And then
yes.
It's lonely now because
very
the
lonely.
21s have gone back. Now is the...
It's you.
Yeah, is the...
Yeah. And then that's my first one I did was still that route. Then you come back via the Golden Highway.
Yeah, via Golden Highway. I did that. I did it once, but I can't remember.
Yes. Then I get... And I ran. I'm like, okay. And I now know that I have to eat properly.
Oh, yes.
And what I forgot to mention is that with Johnson Crane, I had beans because it's protein, you know, the day before, and I had a smoothie, it's calcium. That's why I had a pit stop every 3 kilometers. Yeah. Now I know what not to eat. And I eat before the start of the race. I have 2 slices of white bread with peanut butter, and I have a banana, and I'm feeling okay.
Yeah.
And even on the route, what they have, the provisions, I'm eating, and I'm running comfortably and in a natural rhythm. I'm listening to my body.
Yeah.
You know, I know I have to qualify, but I don't know where I am. I just see the kilometer markers on the road.
Oh, yes.
But I don't know what time it is. But I'm just walking, but very comfortably so. I started very conservatively because this is what the guys that I've been training said to me.
They advise you to start
conservatively so that the second half you have a lot left in the tank.
You still have a lot.
Yeah. And this is also what Rona advised me. So I'm like very comfortably, but not too slow, but nice and easy. I didn't know about any bus or anything. I'm just moving by myself. Then people started joining me.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, run, walk, and I'm having fun on the road.
You're having fun? You're minding your own business?
Minding my business.
In your puzzle shop, customers are buying and
yeah. And I run, walk, and I count, and then walk, and count, and I run, and I'm just having fun, singing my own things, and people join me, and I'm like, okay. When I walk, they walk. When I run, they run. Yeah. So I'm like, guys, why are you shadowing me? Say, no, thank you, bus driver. I'm looking around.
Where's the bus?
I don't see a bus. and I leave it at that. I don't entertain because I don't want to now get distracted and
on your
yeah. So I'm just going, and we finish at 4:58.
Oh.
And at the finish, people are so happy. Oh, thank you, bus driver. You took us to the finish. And I'm like, guys, you're talking about a bus. I mean, I don't see a bus anywhere. But you are the bus driver. I said, no, I don't have code 14, number one. Number two, I don't have a PDP.
Yeah. To be looking after your lives.
Yeah.
You can take me arrested.
Exactly. And then they said that, so as I was running, there were a few guys from the spinning class.
Oh yes.
That were running. So they were Makhi here, Makhi then. But that's why they were calling me, so it was fine. And then now the runners, they didn't know me, thought my name is Makhi.
Yeah. Especially because, when you run, the beauty of running, it's mixed race, mixed language, like different languages, and the name that they just pick up, they can't be, two people cannot call this same name. That means that's a name.
That's a name, yes. And I was like, then the guy said, no, Maggie, bus driver is the pacer.
Yeah.
Pacer, oh, okay. So who was pacing? And he's like, no, you were pacing us, you took us to the finish, so you are our bus driver. I'm like, Hebana. So then the other said, no, give us a picture of the watch, we want to show you the time. I'm like, what watch?
How? You don't have a watch.
There's the clock there, the finish, said 4:58, and and I go to Two Oceans.
Oh, now you've qualified.
I've qualified. And I'm happy. I call Rona. I'm inside.
Mugele.
I am Pagat. And she's happy. It's like, go to Two Oceans. And she then starts guiding me on how to run Two Oceans. So she said, how you ran today, you're going to run Two Oceans like that. But remember, Two Oceans is 14 kilometers longer
than your marathon.
Yeah. When you get to the 42 kilometer mark, you still have 14 kilometers to go.
Yes.
And she said to me, that will be the toughest 14 kilometers that you will do in your life.
Oh, yeah. Understandable.
Yeah. Because now you are going to foreign territory.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And then there's also Constantia Neck that you have to deal with. And this is now in 2015. So then the route gets changed.
To Okapse?
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
So the route gets changed to Okapseweg, but then she says to me, same principle will apply, it's just that there won't be very nice views.
Oh, yeah. Unlike Chapman's Peak, whereby you come down Chapman's Drive and you can see the ocean this side.
Absolutely.
Even if the race is dealing with you, but the view
makes up for it.
Yeah, it
right?
makes, it's a trade-off.
It's a trade-off, absolutely. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I go and run to Oceans. So when I ran to Oceans, folk joins me. Some of them were at Township.
Township, yeah.
Yeah, and then they join and we ran. And I finish at 6:52.
6:52. Oh,
the cut of 7 hours,
Sub 7, yeah.
And like, thank you, bus driver. And I'm fulfilled.
I'm now getting accustomed to be a bus driver.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Now the name bus driver doesn't brush you off the wrong way.
It doesn't puzzle me.
Yeah.
But it's still a responsibility, right?
Yes, yeah.
And I'm like, okay. But then I remember I said to God, if I can take at least one runner with me and not make them suffer as I did, I will be fulfilled.
Yeah.
And I've been taking runners.
Yeah.
So that is how bus driving found me.
Oh,
so I didn't find it, it just found me.
It found you and it called you. It was a calling to say, hey, come and do this job.
Yes, like Moses come, you know. And it's been like that ever since.
Yeah. So back in 2015.
15 now,
Yes.
yeah. And then the guy said in the finish, see you at Comrades. I'm like, oh, I'll never run that thing. No.
But did you know about Comrades?
Yes,
oh,
I did.
But you should, it's understandable because when you run a marathon, people start talking about Comrades and
Yeah, and also growing up, we used to watch Comrades, June 16. It was the only thing that we could see, remember?
But because it was on June 16.
Yes.
Yeah, we would be glued the whole day. Yeah.
Oh, well, not the whole day, up until the elites finish and then Comrades is finished. Like in our minds.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Okay, flip side, I used to just watch it the entire day.
Yeah. So we didn't have paid TV. So the channel we watched, when the elites finished, we thought Comrades is...
Oh, yes,
I
can remember that, yeah.
And we were like, okay, Comrades. I'm like, no. Because now I know it's 90 kilometers. And I'm like,
56.
No, I'm not doing that. And they said to me, okay. Then I said, by then I now started knowing that there are guys who actually finishes after the elites.
Oh, yes.
Because my boss then ran Comrades and she finished in 11 hours something.
Yeah.
And then the guys I was now training with had acceded Comrades runners. And I said, I cannot be running the whole day. No way. I'm not going there again.
And easy.
And then I now I'm accustomed to running ultras, and I now just start pacing. I'm carrying the flag and I'm running, and runners started
Assuming now you've got a watch, yeah?
Oh yeah, then I went to get a watch. But 2 Oceans I also ran without a watch. Yeah. Okay. I ran to my field and I just finished. Yeah. So and that's what I actually...
So instinctively this pace is in your blood.
Yeah, it's in my blood. And that's why I also advocate to runners. We shouldn't be held hostage by our devices. At times I start my watch, I cover it, and I run. And I come back. I don't check the pace, I don't check anything.
I can relate to what you say because I normally listen to my body. I know when I'm running, I know this is my pace.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And you would instinctively know. I mean, I don't use earphones or any of that when I run. I really need to be aware of my surroundings and how I'm feeling and all of that. And I still do that up to today. Every now and then I will just start the watch and then I'll stop it when I come back. I don't even see the pace. I just move. More or less now I know this is where I am. But I'll just hear the beep of the kilometer marker.
Because it will beep.
Yeah, it will vibrate actually. And then I also don't run with a phone or any of that. And then, So then I'm now pacing. I got a watch. I'm now pacing. And then I ran city to city.
Oh, the 50 kilometer city to city. Yeah. Centurion or Pretoria to Johannesburg.
Yes. Yeah. And then that was the last installment before it came back now.
Unfortunately, I don't have any city to city. I know. I don't know why I think I know the reason why I didn't get it, but not a story for today.
So we didn't have water for the first 25 kilometers.
Yeah.
But I ran. We soldiered on and finished city to city, come back, ran Soweto marathon. And I remember when I ran township marathon that 2015, the late Jafta, they used to call him the tambourine man.
Yes.
He also used to drive the sub-finish buses. He actually said to me, Gail, I love the way you are running. You are my people.
Yeah.
You will carry them.
Oh, so that's the message he gave to
you. That's the message he gave. And I'm like, okay. And he said to me, keep on doing this.
Oh.
It's your thing.
So he sort of gave you a
A
baton,
baton.
but he didn't like Akani Zimbini what he did at the Olympics and said, go.
Yes, when they gave Akani the baton.
Yeah, that guy kept he literally was telling him to go.
To go. And funny that you mentioned that. So when I saw that picture, I just thought that we are such a rainbow nation. And what that boy was actually saying when he handed him the baton, and I'm sure he said it in balanda wenanjayana.
Yeah.
Like in our thing,
the
lingo, and balande boy, and it's and I believe that is what the late Shafta said to me.
Yeah, he said to you, like, you can now realize that, like, maybe after his passing, that this is the message he was trying to give to me.
Absolutely. And ironically, he passed away that same year. And very brutally. And may his soul rest in peace.
I can still recall when I heard of his passing.
Yeah. And it stayed. Then 2016 my mom passed.
Oh, okay.
And I then said, of course, then people started asking me, you're running Comrades. No. I'm not ready. I said, I don't have a big enough reason to run Comrades. Because I feel I need a big why to run to tackle that thing. Because now it wasn't, I'll never do it. It's I need a big why.
It was a tentative answer.
And then my mom passed, and when she passed, she actually passed. I went to run Omdidam the Saturday. The Sunday morning, she passed away.
Around March.
Yes. And I drove a bus at Omdidam.
At Omdidam.
Yeah. And I had such an emotional run. But not crying, but I just felt some, there's this thing.
There was this
heaviness and stuff, but I loved the run. And I parked the bus, Sub 7, because that my mom wasn't well, obviously, and then the following day she passed.
Oh, yeah.
And then I said, I'm running Comrades.
You decided at Omdidam or when your mom passed?
When my mom passed.
Oh,
I said, I'm running Comrades. And my mom had diabetes and high blood, and
she had this lifestyle.
And I said, I'm running Comrades for this woman, and I'm running for her and my late husband.
Oh yeah.
And that was 2016.
Oh, 2016, yeah.
Then I have been training with the guys who were preparing for Comrades.
Oh yeah.
So even if I wasn't going to run it, but then now I'm like, I entered. Entries were still open.
You had already entered?
No, I haven't entered.
Oh, you had?
So when I decided, that same night I entered for Comrades.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to run Comrades. And I ran with a very good friend of mine, Kat. We ran from start to finish. My watch died on the road, but we ran by feel, she had a watch, so we knew. And then we actually got onto Uncle Aslam. He runs for Iteko. Amazing bus driver.
Oh, yeah.
We got onto his bus. I mean, I don't know anything about the route, but people were following me before we met him.
They had, they had a faith in you, and they might have thought that you knew Comrades,
Yeah. And so the guys who were following me on the route when I started were guys that ran with me and things. And I said to them, listen, I don't know the route. I'm just running. They said, we don't care.
Yeah.
We know you.
We know you.
Yeah. And we ran, and then we ran with Uncle Aslam. And I was making so much noise on that bus.
But what is a bus without noise, without singing?
Yes.
Without, those cheap talking and...
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the bus.
Yeah, absolutely. So whenever I get quiet on the bus, then he'd say, Shaheida, they call you too quiet, I can't hear you. Come, do your thing. And I ended up being the bus driver.
Oh, yeah.
With his guidance, of course.
You were co-driving.
Yeah. And he is like, you are such an awesome, awesome bus driver, girl. And I mean, up until this day, we are in communication. Iteko is a club from Cape Town.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, from Cape Town,
Yeah, and he is one of my advocates.
Yeah.
He is such an amazing person. He always roots for me. And we finish at 11:52.
11:52.
My first Comrades. And we cried buckets.
Oh.
I mean, Comrades is one race that you go through so many emotions.
In a day. In one run.
Day. In one run. One long run.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to the start and you cry.
You know what I like about, each and every Comrade start that I go to, I look at the novice. You can see
The zero.
The zero here. And then you look at them when, I think these days people will go there knowing. You go there and then you don't, like you look at them, Shosholo, when they sing Shosholoza, chariots, the national anthem. And I usually just look at them and I just enjoy looking at them and I indulge in them. So when you are emotional like that, I would look and say shame, the next box.
Yeah.
It's going to be it's going to be a long day.
It is. And whenever I give Comrades talks, there'll be guys who are going for their first Comrades.
Yeah, the novice.
I don't like to call them novices because I believe all of us are always novices at Comrades.
Yeah.
Every year it's a different ball game. It's whether you know the route like the back of your hand, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So if you approach Comrades in a way to say, it's my first Comrades every year, you don't have the pride that you have finished it before. Then you would really, really enjoy your Comrades.
I think athletes, the seasoned athletes, especially the elite ones, will attest to what you say, because you can look at what transpired at the Paris Olympics. You saw what happened to Eliud Kipchoge.
Yeah.
At 28, he was walking. I saw I was running Comrades this year, and when I watched Comrades, I saw what happened to the 30-year.
Absolutely.
They will attest to that. We are all novices on the day.
On the day, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why you can't go to Comrades and say, I know this thing. No, you don't know.
But as for me, I do look at them and say, oh, welcome.
You don't know, did they tell you what you're getting yourself into?
Yeah.
And I get there. When I got there in 2016, I was with Kat. And my journey to Comrades, to Durban, was such... I missed my daughter got sick.
Oh.
I had to take her to the doctor. In the morning, I missed my bus then. But I said, I'm going to Durban.
You're going to Durban.
If I have to wait at this station the whole day, doesn't matter.
Or even go to First Loras and say, Durban!
Yes. Then my friend Kat called me. She said, because she was also, both of us were running our first Comrades. And then she calls me, hey ma'am, I'm just calling to say, traveling mercy, see you in Durban. I just said, I missed my bus. She asked, where are you? I said, I'm at Park Station. She said, stay there, I'm coming. And she came to fetch me. And we drove to Durban together.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that journey, because I don't want to say it's a race, because it really was a journey. We went through so much that year because her dad also passed away and she was running in his honor.
Oh, yeah.
And we played hip hop. I'm a hip hop head. We played hip hop on the road and we had a beautiful drive.
Yeah.
And it was just befitting that she would be the one to pick me up at the bus station. And her husband said to me, you are going to take her to the finish line. Come hell or high water.
Oh, yes.
I want her at the finish with a medal.
So the husband telling you or her?
He told me.
Oh, okay. Oh, the the lady's picking you from the bus station.
Yeah, and then we
then
drove.
Your husband is giving you a message to say,
mandate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what happened on the road. What happens on the road, you are taking her there. So he drove us to Durban, and then he came to the start. And he told me, you are taking her there. He told me a few times. And we ran together, hand in hand, start all the way to the finish. And it was the most amazing Comrades I ran. Following year, we ran together again for our back-to-backs. Now, the following year, 2017, I applied to be
the bus driver.
Because the first one, I was like unofficial bus driver.
No, I was going to ask, when did you now start becoming a bus driver?
To grow the guts to drive a bus at Comrades. 2017, I applied, and then they took me.
They granted you.
They granted, and I'm like, the realization when they said yes was like, ooh, girl, Comrades.
Now I'm going to drive the Comrades bus.
12 hours.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be, you can't just bail out because you are with people and you must carry them. And now it's the uprun because 2016 was the down run.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So now it's the uprun. I don't know anything about it, but I go and I run. I run with my buddy Cat, and we parked the bus at 11:52 again, I think. So one of my co-drivers was a lady who was running her first Comrades as well. Her name is, she's still my co-driver up to today. Her name is Tobile. Call her no tops. And these ladies are driving this 12-hour bus. And we drove it beautifully. I mean, at the start, there's like behind us is the ambulance, there's a few of us, and we really don't care.
You don't mind.
We really don't mind at all. And as the day progresses, I actually bus.
Oh, yes, because you are at the back, you are sweeping. Basically, you are sweeping everyone. You say, let's go.
Let's go. And people just trusted us with their times. And no tops said to me, Makhi, don't look back. And I'm like, why? She said, just don't look back. We're going forward. Don't look back. And when I get to the finish, I look back and I see the size of the bus. And then I realize why she said to me, don't look back. Because I think if I saw how many people were on that bus, there was a shy of
it can weigh you down.
Yes. And I've been driving the 12-hour bus every year since then. And I will always drive the 12-hour bus.
Please say this. I've been successfully driving.
I've been successfully
without fail
driving the 12-hour bus. I've had 7 starts and 7 finishes. Sub 12, all of them.
And you know what? You're proud of your Vicky man.
Bona, Karina, I shut down that stadium. Whether it's Kingsmead, whether it's Mabida, whether it's Scottsville. I shut it down. And in grand entrance style. I don't look like my problems. I refuse.
Can I just say something? You know, back I used to have knee problems and I couldn't run speed and so forth. I would finish, like if it's an up run, I would target you at second pulley, and then I would walk with you as we go down. I don't want to enter the stadium with me because I just want my own grand entrance. And then now that I've sorted my knees and I ran, like last day I did 10:55, this year I did 10:20. After I've done, I will wait for my kids bus and just to appreciate and So that's I'm that fan whereby I just look. I will wait on the on the sides and I will cheer for my kids bus coming in. So you're doing a very great work.
And I appreciate it so much. I mean, I can't be driving a 12-hour bus without support. I mean, the clubs, the runners tell their guys, whatever you do, stick to Makhi. She'll take you to the finish. If she finds you, you hang on.
Yeah.
Don't let her leave you.
That's the message I give to my runners. Don't let Makhi's bus run past you. So it's so sad. I lost a friend of mine. His name is Jeff. He stayed in Fort Lauderdale. And his body weight and so forth. But he said, I want to run Comrades 2025. And I'm going to run with Makhi. That's what he said. And he had started with intermittent fasting to lose some weight, but he said, I will run in that bus. And I told him, you must start preparing now. And don't let Makhi run past you. Yeah. So I'm just telling you that, like, I'm just trying to show you the bigger picture of what you are doing and how so many people admire your work.
Thank you so much, Makhi. And Jeff, 2025, I will run with you.
No, he unfortunately passed on.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I will run with him. He will be in spirit. And ironically, my late husband's name is Jeff.
Oh, yeah, no.
So
what a coincidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
So definitely run in his honor.
Yeah.
And it will be a brilliant run.
Yeah.
And then I have been driving the 12-hour bus and I absolutely love it.
7 years without fail.
Without fail. It would have been 9. I would have gone for my green number next year, but then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And I have met so many amazing people on this journey. They became family.
Yeah.
You know, a brotherhood, a sisterhood. There were also some not so nice people that you meet on the journey. I mean, it's life. That came into my life, went out of my life, and it's okay, you know. We go forward, we move on, and I'm still running, and I still love it. And the 12-hour bus will always just be Makhi.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can run a faster Comrades, and I don't want to even find out.
No.
Kisha,
you've got a responsibility to this nation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you've got a very big responsibility. Because, you know, what fulfills me, it's not the same thing that will fulfill you.
Absolutely.
I might be fulfilled by running the subs, the sub sub 7, but you might be fulfilled by delivering that bus without fail every year.
Yeah, and not might be, I am fulfilled by that. Being at the finish, whether a 50K sub finish fulfills my soul.
Yeah.
And then the Sub Halala brand.
Yeah, because I was going to get to the Sub Halala. I've known Makhi, but now and then it's Sub Halala, it's Makhi. Can you just can you please clarify the Sub Halala and Makhi for me?
So it is a package. Sub Halala is my brand.
Oh yes.
It came with me. It is me. It is who I am.
Yeah.
So I'm very passionate about my brand. It's mine. I own it.
Yeah.
You know, and no one else can be Sub Halala. I mean, they are your Mnandi buses. That belongs to Umnandis, which is Usbu. Then there's your books, and you know. So this is my identity, and I respect it, and I build it from the ground up. So Sub Halala actually means, I mean, to ukhalalisa, like to celebrate.
Oh yes.
Doesn't matter the time. It's to celebrate a finish.
Yeah, you're celebrating the finishing.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what you are going through. There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
That is what it means. That's why I get so in my fields, when it's just used, there's a very deeper meaning about it. I mean, the guys who normally runs with me, and it's not, mostly ladies, you know, they actually understand what it means. I mean, we go through a lot.
Yeah, I know, we do.
Divorce, abuse, and it's very therapeutic for us to be on that road.
Yeah.
We're not chasing a time. You'll find some of us are from an abusive relationship, whether physically, emotionally, financially, mentally, doesn't matter. Then you have those 3 hours on the 21 kilometers where you are honestly just being you.
Yeah, just being you.
And going to having someone to talk to, because we talk a lot on that.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
I know.
And we cry together, we laugh together. So we celebrate small wins.
Yeah.
That is what Sub Halala means.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just unfortunate that in running you cannot just say because it's Sub Halala, I will run 21 in 4 hours. We still have to
the cutoff.
We still have cutoffs.
Yes.
We still have like what is a responsibility to
get there. Yes. Before cutoff.
Yes. But the times that are attached to Sub Halala, like let's say for 21 3 hours, it's still a very good time. And 42, although previously it used to be 5 hours cut off, now it's 4:50, but there's still a mandate that we need to fulfill, and you run comfortably.
Absolutely. So due to not you, what's the word I'm looking for? So
now we can always edit some of these
unlike contrary beliefs that Makhi doesn't qualify.
Yeah.
People think I don't qualify.
Oh, are there people who think so?
Yeah, they think, no, Makhi, just go and run Comrades or Two Ocean. She doesn't have to qualify.
Oh.
I do. I qualify. So Sub Halala is the time that I'm targeting on the day.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
Okay.
If I'm going to run a qualifying race on the day, say a 450, that will be the Sub Halala.
Yeah.
It won't be my 6 hours.
For the day.
Yeah. So after I've qualified, then I would go run my 6 hour 42 or 5:30, depends what is the race cutoff time. Then that will be the Sub Halala time on the day.
Yeah, but because by so doing, not everyone that is running a marathon wants to qualify for Comrades.
Absolutely.
Some, they just want to attempt as a marathon and finish it, and know that I will, from finishing a marathon in 6 hours, I will start improving up until I'm able to qualify. So there's many sides to this thing, to Sub Halala. You are fulfilling so many dreams, but some that you might not be aware of, or you might be aware of. Like the one that I'm saying, someone is targeting to run a 6, like say, if I can finish a 42, and then he finds a 6 hour bus, he finishes, say, no, I will improve in the next race.
Absolutely. And that is what's fulfilling me, because not all of us have the same aspirations. I mean, it's like life. My neighbor is building a double story. I don't know how my neighbor got the double story, you know. And I also always tell runners, not every runner wants to run Comrades.
Yes.
If you are comfortable in your 21 kilometers, let it fulfill your soul.
Yeah.
Don't say because when he does it 4 hours, I want to show him. It's not a competition. It's no pressure. And I found that runners, not running, runners have become so toxic.
Yeah.
Well, some runners, let me not say runners in general, some runners have become so toxic that they would look down on someone like me who's running 6 hours. I mean, on Sunday I wrote a very spicy post about the sub 4 guys. They've made it in life.
I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, and people caught feelings. And I was like, okay, firstly, it's humorous, and how I write is I put humor into my post, and it's me, it's my identity, it's who I am. People are catching feelings because I said, can you see? Sub 4 is also Sub Halala to the
Yeah.
elites. And it's the fact.
It's a fact.
It was shown on Sunday.
It was shown on Sunday because if you look at I think the race that I saw was the ladies one. I think there were 71 runners on
Yes.
that one. And there's this lady who came last. He's elderly, I think.
Yeah.
He's advanced in age. What time did she run?
Sub 4? How
She
many
ran Sub 4. And the first lady was running 2:20, 2:22, but she ran. So that lady is at the Olympics. She's doing a Sub 4. Or she's doing a 4 hours.
Absolutely.
And you are bragging about 4 hours.
And then you say, Makhi, and the people are running 6
Yeah,
hours.
I agree with you on the toxicity. We need to lighten up. We need to, not everyone, not like you said, not every runner wants to do Comrades.
Absolutely. And it is okay. I mean, if a person loves their park runs,
Yeah.
let them marvel and enjoy their park runs.
Yes.
And not, you'll find some are saying, well, to me, people have said to me, to my face, I think I've made it. I think I'm all that.
Yeah.
Others I've been told I'm bitter. I've been told, what's the other word? Bitter, I'm proud. Others said, I think I'm the ish. Others are saying, this is other word I'm looking for, I can't find it now.
Why? Is it because of the buses that you drive, or why do they call your names?
Yes, and I'm like, whatever you think I am, it's your opinion. I can't change people's opinion or perceptions about me. I'm in control over me.
Yes.
And if me driving a 6-hour bus and people hugging me and saying thank you, you think it's toxic?
No.
Well, then that's your opinion.
Yeah, that's your problem. That's your baby to be.
That's your baby.
But just to add on that, I've seen guys like fall in love with running, drive buses, and get out of driving buses and just become ordinary runners. You know, Ashin Trail. He used to do buses. He doesn't do buses, and it's not bitter or like. It's life. Life must happen.
Yeah, it must. And I'm like, okay.
But anyway, you've got 7 comrades. And then, what other, okay, are you adventurous? If so, what are outside comrades, what other races did you do?
I ran Sunny Stagger.
You did Sunny Stagger?
Yes.
Which year was this?
19, I think.
I did 2019. I didn't know it's
Yeah.
Is it 19?
19. Yeah, 2019 or 18.
Must
be 18.
Because I would have met you at
Yeah.
Sunny Stagger.
2018 I ran Sunny Stagger.
And how was it?
It's one of the toughest marathons.
How was it? Did you acclimatize going up that, like the change of altitude?
I didn't have problems because I was at Sunny Stagger for vibes.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't suffer like that. Like so
I suffered. Okay.
It was the most beautiful marathon.
Beautiful.
It's breathtaking. It's. I'm going to do it again.
This year?
Obviously. Probably this year. I don't know. I'll see.
Please, if you go, I will take along.
Yeah.
Because I want the rematch with Sunny Stagger. That one I want to settle. I've got the beef with. I want to settle that. I want the rematch with Sunny Stagger.
So, I must still decide when am I going to do it.
No pressure.
It's
no pressure.
probably not this year, but I'll definitely do Sunny Stagger. Again, I took so many pictures going up.
You must.
Gosh, God is good.
It's good for us for vlogging.
It is.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have a friend, Farai. He actually came to Comrades this year, and he did YouTube. He has a YouTube channel as well, and he came to support. He surprised me. I mean, this year's Comrades for me was very, very emotional. Yeah, I was going through some very deep personal stuff, but it was the most, next to my first Comrades and my back-to-back, this one was
as closed.
Yeah, it was amazing. I went through the motions on the road. I had so much support. It's like everyone just came. It's like people knew what I was going through, and they were just there for me.
And you still carried them.
And I carried. And the guys who were supporting, it's like everyone they had a WhatsApp group to say, listen, we're going to support this woman on the road. We are going to carry her, and we are going to make this Comrades amazing. And it was. It was an amazing, amazing Comrades. And I carried my guys. They didn't see what I was going through, but it was very fulfilling.
That's the beauty of running. That's the beauty of running. And then after Sunny Stega, what's the other?
Then I went to run Washi.
Yeah.
I actually ran.
Putting me under pressure. You did Washi as well.
So
I saw the jacket, but yeah, I didn't want to open a can of worms about that one. Yeah,
so I ran Washi, and I ran Washi in 2018. Well, I don't like to say run, because now people are going to think I ran it from start to finish. And you crawl sometimes, and you roll sometimes, and forward is forward. It doesn't matter how. So I decided to run Washi because Comrades are always drive the bus.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I want to do something for me.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
Like you there?
Like, let me be selfish a bit. No. And I took on Washi.
So you gifted yourself?
I gifted myself. You gift yourself 161 kilometers. And I had a very, very amazing support team. Because if you want to go and run Washi, it's self-supporting.
Yeah, I know.
So you need to go with people who are going to kick you under your behind when you want to stop.
Yeah.
You're going to go through a lot. Remember, the finish line of Comrades, you are left with about 60 kilometers to go. About 60 or 70.
Yeah, it's still another long run.
It's still on the dam, or 2 oceans after that. So, but your mind is wired in such a way that, remember, when you finish Comrades, you are finished, you are in pain, you don't want to go again. When you get to the Comrades mark at Washi, your mind knows that you have to still go.
Yeah. And it's still a very long way to go.
But you don't feel like how you felt when you finished Comrades.
Really?
Yes.
I think, I'll do Washi.
Yes, you're still fresh. You're still fresh-ish. You're still okay, because your mind is saying you still need to go.
Yeah, I know for sure.
You know, I mean, like after you do 2 oceans, you are paining and whatever. But then when you do Comrades, when you get to the 56 mark, you're still okay.
You're still it's a cut off, one
off the cut-offs. Yes. And you still go. And you go and you go and you go. You run through the night, you run through the day, you eat, you literally do everything vertically, in motion, you know, as long as you keep on going. I finished in 25.5 hours. And
you did another Sub Halala
there. Absolutely. And I was sore from head to toe.
I like that goes without saying. I mean, 25.5 hours.
Yes.
So, like, let's say in 24 hours. Let's split it at 24 hours. There's 8 hours of waking. There's 8 hours of sleeping. There's 8 hours of family and traveling and so forth. And you've been running.
And you've been running.
Plus parcela of 1.5 hours.
Absolutely. So you literally, the race starts at 5 p.m. So you literally, we cooked supper, people are having supper, they're going to bed, they wake up for breakfast tomorrow, they clean, they do all the things, they have lunch, they cook for supper again.
Yeah.
And you're literally vertical. But it fulfilled me. I cried on the route, I laughed, I walked, I ran, I did everything. And I'm going back.
You're going back to Washi?
Yes.
When?
Next year, Almighty willing. I was supposed to run it this year, but then I just said, no, let me just shoot, because Comrades was really heavy on me.
Oh, yeah.
So then I just said, no, let me not do all of it at once. It's okay. So next year, Almighty willing, Washi I come. And my other big thing I want to do is the full Ironman.
Oh, full Ironman.
Yes.
Okay. I might take you up on your Washi as well, but okay. I'm planning to go to Eastern Cape next year for icons, but it was mainly for filming, and that's it. And day after do a couple of days Washi. So yeah, I don't know. Let me get some courage. But yeah, I think I might join you on that one. I wanted to do it after my green number. I'm still going for my 7th comrade. But I think I might take, if Makhi is doing, I might Sub Halala with her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will give you the rundown of it. Yeah. It's not easy. Even when I tell guys about Comrades, I paint the picture as it is.
Yeah.
You can't go there saying I run a sub-4 marathon, so which means Bill Rowan is guaranteed.
No.
It's not maths.
No, it's not.
So go in there knowing that you're going to work.
Yeah.
Be mentally, emotionally, physically prepared. And Comrades will be your long run when you go and do
Washi, yes.
So the training, after Comrades, you take your 2 weeks off and then you come back into it.
Yeah.
You need to.
Did you do your night
runs?
Yeah.
Yes.
How many did you do?
I did a 48K. Sis Brenda organized it from Uriti. She's an amazing supporter. That woman. She's really the chief seconder. And she had a 48K and I went to run that one. Okay. So the Washi training, I mean, after you do your Comrades training, you run Comrades, then after that, it's just about getting your body used to moving at night.
Yeah.
It's acclimatizing.
So you're turning nocturnal.
Now you become an owl.
Yeah.
And about you layering your clothes, your running clothes. You must get used to running in the dark. I mean, some of us wear glasses.
Oh, by the way, it will be winter. Anyway, by default, you must get used to running with more clothes.
With more clothes, absolutely. And get as close to the dead man's hour as possible. Running. Dead man's hour meaning almost midnight.
Yeah.
Those kind of hours. So you leave your house at 8 o'clock at night and you go and run a 10 or 15K or 20. Supported, of course. I mean, not someone have to watch you. Or go at 7 o'clock and go and run a 21 also.
I see.
And then go for the long run.
So you must be intentional as you align to Washi.
Absolutely.
With your training.
With your training. Because you can't go to Washi with day training only. Because that dead man's hour, it's icy cold and it rains in Eastern Cape.
Yeah, I heard.
It's that, in Afrikaans we call it the mud rain. It's that soft rain, that makes you very wet and very cold. So you need to, your body gets, it has to get used to it.
Sort of acclimatizing to by running, by doing night runs.
Night runs, yeah. And also eating at that time of the night. Remember, you are sleeping.
Shoop. Yeah, I think that the only difficult part for me will be eating at night, because I normally do my 2 meals. Like now, it's around midday. I haven't had anything. So I'm going to eat after, like I don't do breakfast. I eat after maybe 12, after 12, and then usually I do my last meal. Depending if I go for I do afternoon runs. If I go for my run, I run, then I do my supper. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for heads up on that one. But yeah, I like admire your courage for doing washi, and yeah, not willing, I'll take you on the. I'll change my mind from doing it after green number to doing it next year.
Mm-hmm. No, thank you.
Yeah. So the second one you did was washi. Any other adventurous race?
I ran the Dubai Marathon.
Oh, nice.
It's a beautiful marathon.
I've heard.
Yeah, you run like it's loops. I mean, you run it on a Friday because it is a Muslim country.
Yes.
So the Sunday is Friday because Friday is a holy day for us. I'm Muslim as well. So it's Juma. So they don't work on Fridays.
Oh.
So it's Friday is their Sunday, then their Saturday.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Sunday is a normal working day for them.
Yeah.
So you run it on Friday, and in January, Dubai is not as hot because they are going into autumn.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask because I know it's somewhere in January. How was the weather?
Yeah, they're going into autumn.
Oh,
so
yeah. I think that's the weather.
Yes. Yeah. So their hot weather is normally around August, September, October. Then around that time of the year, it's very hot. Oh. Then I ran Gaborone Marathon.
Oh, the Gaborone Marathon, yeah.
Also very beautiful. I ran Kuzangula.
Oh, that new bridge?
Yes.
Oh.
Beautiful.
I'm green with envy.
Yeah. So that is the only time that you will be in 4 countries.
Yes,
running in 4 countries at the same time, basically. And absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So when you collect your race number, they take your passport.
Oh.
So when you get your passport back, it's stamped.
Oh, it's stamped for you to.
Yes. So you cross the border. You
cannot be illegal.
Yes. So they stamp it at the border, at all those borders, and then you come back and you get the beauty of it.
So you get four stamps. You know, there's this challenge that people ran. I think it was pre-COVID to say you want to fill your passport with stamps. That's another quicker way to actually. I'm giving them tips, Pella.
Yes.
To say if they join us, they come run. There's another one that can fill your passport with stamps. Yeah.
Yes. So now in September, I'm going to run the Lisui Pass in Lesotho.
Oh, are you doing that one as well?
Yes, it's a very tough 32 kilometers.
I know.
Pray for me, but I love such runs.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. Then I'm going to run Makonjwa, which is in Mpumalanga.
Oh yeah. I thought Mpumalanga, not the Mpumalanga.
Marathon. No. It's the day before Imbube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Imbube Marathon, and obviously my 10 kilometers marathons. I love those where I am with the ladies, like our Total Sports the spas, the ladies. So those I don't. Those are standard. Without fail, I do it. It doesn't mean that I'm doing ultras. Because in Velapiam is from there.
Yeah.
We all started there, and that is actually where my heart lies.
Yeah.
Most of us starting there don't know better, and that is where the teaching goes, and that's how more women come into running. Because I mean, we all know it's very male dominated. It's not a secret, and I'm one of the few ladies who actually drives buses, and also a woman of color, and especially at Comrades. I mean, if there's the Guinness World Book of Record, I'm probably the only lady that has driven so many buses at Comrades. I think I hold a record.
I didn't think of that, but now that you're mentioning it, yes, I do concur with what you say.
Yeah, and I'll still do it for as long as I can.
Yeah.
My daughter doesn't like running. She swims and cycles. That's her thing. She's like, you're crazy to be running like that. And she allows me to, because we actually have to give homage to the support systems that we have.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't just wake up and say, long run. I mean, you have a family, and they support you in whatever you do. That's why I always say, after Comrades, take a time out with your family and say thank you. I mean, your partner allows you to do everything.
To just freestyle.
And
go crazy, go mad,
and your partner knows. I don't like to box to say he or she, because I might offend people, you know. So your partner allows you to just have that space to you. So always go back and say thank you. And that's what I do to my daughter.
You know, even in relationships, they might say, some people would say, I need my time alone. So runners get their time alone.
No, they do.
So that's a free plug that we give to those who are tentative or they don't want to run. That's why your partner allows you time alone.
And always go back and say, I appreciate you, because they understand and they know you are very happy when you come back.
Understanding of our situation,
they are, you know.
Very.
Like, this one is going through a long run. They'll be back after 7 hours.
And you know, at times they will even ask you, you're not running.
I'm not running.
and at times they feel for you, they say, so much pain. I mean, and
like just and at times they just chase you away. Like my daughter will go like, okay, what? Can you just go run?
Yeah.
Because I know now, Makhi, you are losing it. Just go run.
So now you with like, I think I can see you ticking many of my bucket list. Like most of what you say you have done and what you say you want to do. Those are some of the races that are on my list that I want to tick them. So I admire you for that. And then I think we can go on and on, especially runners. People don't know that we can talk like this from the start of Comrades, and 12 hours later we cannot run out of something that we can talk about.
Yes, we never, because you meet so many people on the road. I mean, I have guys on the bus from all over the world, all over the globe, who actually comes to run Comrades. And we need to understand as South Africans that Comrades belongs to South Africa. There is no other race in the world that is like Comrades. I mean, guys come from all over to come and run Comrades. It is the oldest ultra marathon, the most beautiful ultra marathon, and the fact that it's called Comrades is so befitting, because it is such a camaraderie. We are comrades. We are in this fight together. We help one another. Even the guys who goes to Comrades to just support the race. Like, I don't understand how they do it.
Absolutely.
I don't comprehend. I'm like, I asked Sis B once, like, how do you just stand there and wait for all of us? You feed us, you rub us. What do you want? What do you need? And you do it out of so much of love.
And that it fulfills them. By them going and doing that, it fulfills them.
Yes.
The same way as it fulfills me to go there and take the pain of running.
Absolutely.
Okay, something that I forgot to ask you. What was your time at Dubai Marathon?
I think I did 5 hours, 5:20.
Oh, I thought maybe when you go outside, you go there
No.
to do your sub force.
No,
That's where you
I'm there
test
for
your.
vibes. I'm touring.
And then do they have the same finishing times as to say the cutoff is 6 hours and
International marathons actually, they firstly no one runs like South Africans.
yeah.
Like you go and run a 42K as a long run unprovoked. They don't have as many marathons as we do.
So they appreciate when they are
Marathons.
and I can see them. They go all out. They fill the streets.
Yes.
Yeah.
So their cutoff times are very relaxed.
Okay.
They close the roads and they know there's a marathon. We can run for 8 hours or what.
There's no one who is going to come and say beep beep beep.
Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, no. So for them, it's like that. Yeah. So you just go and run, and you know, and that's what I did. I think I did 5:20, I think, and I had a bus.
You had a bus. Yeah, no, this is.
So I'm an international bus driver.
You not only. We must not take you for granted to say, she's our local bus driver.
Yeah.
The people must know that Makhi, this Sub Halala is a global brand.
It is. And the guys, because I was just going to run, and they followed me. And guys from Zambia, there were ones from Dubai, and we actually became friends after that. And
I think we need to take you to maybe a radiologist to do an X-ray and see where is the magnet, because guys cannot just be following you like this.
Yeah.
That lucky charm. Or that, let's call it the running charm.
The running charm.
And then the guy,
Kuzangula.
I always struggled Kuzangula.
Yes.
Yeah, I always struggled to call this. Can you remember your time there?
Yeah, there I think I finished 5, also just under 6 hours, I think.
Under 6 hours.
And I ran with another friend of mine. And yeah, and the field for the 42K was literally filled by most South Africans.
Yeah.
Because the 10K field, you would think it's the 42K field here. That's how packed it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 10 in the 21. The 42, we weren't that many runners. Yeah. But now it's actually growing.
Yeah, it's growing and it is becoming popular.
It's becoming popular because it pays well.
Even among the elites.
Yes.
Because I thought maybe, as runners in South Africa, there's a lot of, you can have a race every weekend. Like there are guys who do marathons every weekend. Some even do 2. I know someone who did 3 marathons in a weekend. And
yeah, I know those. I know the guys.
So I'm mentioning this because as they run, you run these races and you get used to them. Now you start wanting to explore. So I'm not surprised when they leave from here and they go and do the Kuzangula marathon.
Yeah. So this one friend of mine, Farai, and a friend of his, Bridger, and also Nozuko, they did what we call the Three Amigos. Yeah. So in January there is Wonder Park. Yeah. On Saturday.
Yeah. Acacia.
Yes. Then the evening there's Autostal.
There's Autostal, yeah.
Yes. And then Sunday they come back for Johnson Craig.
Yeah.
So they're very close friends of
mine. 3 marathons.
Yes. Yeah. So they in a weekend. Yeah. So they're very close friends of mine. We travel together and stuff. So they put it out to me to say we are doing the Three Amigos, and I'm like, okay.
I'm yet to do it because I want to try it. I've tried the back-to-back marathon. It's hard.
I do it, the back-to-back marathon. So I do Kapsewop and I come back and I run Soweto.
Yeah. Yes, I know.
So the trick with that is you need to run slow. Don't hammer both So if, like Kapsawop, I go to qualify. So for us, Kapsawop is racing.
Oh, yes.
And then I come back and I run a 6
So
hour.
Leto is we are Joel.
Same
Julie.
Net so. So that is the trick.
Yeah.
So don't try to push all of it, because if you push it, you pick up injuries and
I've seen someone who was doing sub force in both, and I was like, no, not for me, thank you.
Yeah, no, rather no.
And then I think just rounding it up, Makhi, we started with what eventually led you to this space of running, and you had cancer. You were going through like mourning a passing of someone close to you, a husband. And how has the journey been in those two aspects of your life?
I have been blessed. I am at a space of contentment and self-preservation and acceptance, because when you go through grief, you're angry, you question, you have self-doubt, and I went through all of that. And with losing a life partner, there are constant, or not even a life partner, a loved one. There are constant reminders, like your first birthday, your first anniversary, and it hits you every now and then, and it is okay. And unless someone has gone through that, the other person will not understand. And be kind. There's no such thing, because I've been told to get over it, move on, you're still there. Like, Kanti, it's been so long, and I don't think people really understand until they go through it. So you need to be very kind and very cognizant when you speak to anyone who's gone through anything in life, because unless you've walked a mile in their shoes, you don't know.
Even if sometimes I know, even if I go through the same thing as you are going through,
different.
It's different.
It's completely
it hits us different.
Absolutely. Some people just get up and they are okay. Others don't. And some are in and out of it, and it's okay. Our paths are completely different. And I talk about my late husband. I have a daughter that I'm raising who needs to know about her father. And we had an amazing journey together. And I revisited and take great things from it, and even bad things that happen, because it's life.
How long were you guys, have you guys been together before his passing?
13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
And then another thing is that you don't want your daughter to start asking you questions. You need to just give her the information, like just, you don't have to wait for her to ask you how was my dad and so forth.
Yes.
You must just, I don't know what term to use, but you must just be forthcoming with that particular information.
Absolutely.
As well.
Yes. And also for her to understand, I teach her that you are not the only child who lost a parent, number one. So it doesn't make you special. Because you find at times our kids will say, it's because I don't have a mother, I don't have a father, that's why I'm treated like that.
They make themselves victims of circumstances.
So I say to her, no, you're not going to come with those excuses. I call it excuses. You need to work twice as hard for what you want and for what you need. And as a parent, I'm not your father.
I'm your mother.
I'm your mother, and I don't know how to be your father. Firstly, I don't have the anatomy of being your dad. And I can't be a man. I will never be a man. So I am your mother I'm a single parent. I'm a single mother. Let's leave it at that. I'm not fulfilling the role of both parents.
And you can't.
And I can't. So I'm equipped with what I know and what I have in raising you. She has godfathers, she has uncles. I'm privileged. I would use the word privileged because I have an amazing village that I'm surrounded with. I mean, my mother-in-law, my late husband's mother, is that woman. We are like...
Are you still in good terms to this
like
day?
the best of terms. I have amazing...
So she has become a mother.
A mother to me, and she's always been, and they've always been acceptive of me, and there's no bad blood going on there, and that relationship is not going to dwindle because she's still very much involved in my life and in her granddaughter's life. I mean, we're preserving the relationship because there is a child in there, you know. And that's how I'm raising my daughter.
Oh, yes.
You know, discipline.
That's very good.
Yeah. I'm instilling the discipline that you need to work for whatever you want. It's not going to fall on a silver platter. You are not a trust fund baby girl. So you need to work for whatever you want.
And that's good. You need to be brutally honest.
Yeah. I'm not going to say yes because I feel the need to fill the void of your father. I will never be able to fill that void.
You will never. Yeah.
So this is how we do things in this house, you know, and we have honest conversations all the time. And when you feel you want to cry, baby girl. And we cry together, we celebrating together, and her grandmother, which is my mom, and we go and visit at the grave sites, and then at times she'll ask me, at times I will just tell her about her dad. And you can do whatever you want to do in life, as long as you start it, you do well at it, and you finish it. That is all that we need to do in life.
No, that's profound, Makhi. And then, by the way, my question was on the depression and the cancer side. Ever since, because with the journey of run, how has the running helped in that department?
Running saved my life, firstly. You know, like I go for my, annually I go once a year now to go and check whether to take bloods, whether I'm cancer free or whatever. But I go to the oncologist once a year. And then he actually said to me, I'm a model patient. He said he must actually write books about how this woman went through all of this.
She's managed to turn her life around.
And there's nothing really amazing about or special about my journey because a lot of us go through similar or even worse things that I've gone through. So it is my special journey in my special way. You understand? And I'm sitting here, I'm talking, have been in remission now since 2012. And I'm running, and every time I go see my GP or my oncologist, then they say like, no, you are doing amazing. Keep on doing. And I always go and check because as people of color, we like to go, we'd rather go to our traditional healers first before we go with Western.
To a physician.
To a physician. And there's nothing wrong in it, you know. But we also need to change the narrative that let me incorporate both worlds to check. There's nothing wrong with the spiritual realm. And I put it out there, even as men, do go and check. You don't want to find out when you have stage 4 cancer that, boom, I have cancer. Because at that point in time, there's not really much that they can do. So go and do for the checks. They might be invasive, they might be embarrassing, but go and check it. Rather be safe than sorry. It's something that I live by.
So yours was, you were diagnosed at which stage?
Stage one.
You were
Fortunately,
still
still
at
very
stage
at
one,
stage one. And then I could manage to go through it, and then I survived.
So now, how many years are we? Like ever since you've been diagnosed?
Since 2012.
2012. I'm
Yeah.
just saying this is.
Almost 10.
Is it 22
10,
years?
20, yeah, not 22.
Oh,
12.
it's 12 years. Oh,
Yes.
I'm thinking of 2002.
Yeah.
Now. Okay.
So
I
it's
started running in 2002, so now I'm giving you my problems.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's been like
It's
give or
12
take,
years.
let's say
It's a good 12 years.
It's been a good 12 years of being in remission. But I'm not living with my head under the sand, like an ostrich. I do, and I advocate for checks. I take my daughter, and I even tell them in my family that we need to check things.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that with the lifestyle that I'm living, it helps.
It helps a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it helps. And I'm keeping myself responsible for me, because no one else can be responsible
No,
for myself.
absolutely no one. Yeah.
Nobody. And I've been through things even since then, but running is always my go-to.
Yeah, no,
it's
our go-to.
It's our go-to. It's our nyaupe, it's our therapy.
Yeah,
and
running is so many things. It's nyaupe, it's addictive, and it's therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's your friend. Sometimes I usually, like when I started running in 2002, running was not something like popular like
now.
When someone saw you running, you'd say, "I will run. I can outrun you." They will pass those negative remarks. But I've found solace, and I've found a friend on the street. I talk to myself. I do maybe a 5 minutes meeting, and so many ideas flow when you are on the road. So running is so many things to different people, and to you it was that as well.
Absolutely. And every year at Comrades on that road, I find myself.
Yeah.
Every year I find myself, a new part of me. I make a friend on the road. There's a lady that I found at Polyshots, just after Polyshots this year. And she was about to just let it go. Like
the gruesome Polyshots.
Yeah. And she said to me, so I asked her, "Are you okay?" And she's crying like, "I can't do this." And I asked her, "Why are you running Comrades?" And she said to me, "I'm running, my husband passed away earlier this year, and I'm running here for him." And I said, "Let's go fetch his medal."
Simple.
And she's like, "I can't do this." And I said,
Let's go fetch his medal.
I will hold your hand and I will carry you there. And someone took a picture of my hand on her back.
Yeah.
And I was just comforting her.
Oh.
And they sent it to me.
Oh.
And I'm like, wow. And when they sent me that picture, they said, "Makhi, I was listening to you talking to this woman." Because the support after Polyshots is like amazing. And I was just unfortunate that I didn't take a video of it. But I got this picture.
At least there's something.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And then this guy said to me, "You have no idea what you are doing in running."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then even Mato from Pretoria.
Matoko,
I met him at the expo the day before Comrades, and he's like my spiritual brother.
This year?
This year he didn't run.
Yeah, I know, I saw it. I didn't run.
And when I saw him, he just hugged me. He said to me, "Go and take them home. Like, you just do what you want. Cut out the noise."
I can imagine him saying,
in his tone.
The tone happy tone. Yeah, that's the best tone.
And he calls me baby girl, and he says, what you do, I don't think you really understand, or why you are here.
Yeah.
Just go and execute what you are doing. Oh,
Absolutely.
I just cried. I couldn't even. And he said, I know what's going on. Makhi, I know. But just go and you leave it all on the floor.
Yeah.
Leave it on the ground tomorrow.
And when did he tell you this? On Friday or on Saturday?
Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
See, okay, sorry. And he told you this on Saturday. And what happened on Sunday? At the police shots?
Yeah.
With that lady? He wasn't like, you might even say he was prophesying, but he wasn't prophesying. He was just telling you something that, like, he was just giving you the mandate to say, you've got a mandate to fulfill tomorrow. Go and fulfill the mandate.
Yeah.
And you did.
And that's what he said. And coming to me, that's why I say this year's comments was so amazing. There's a gentleman who's a coach, Iqbal. I call him Uncle Iqbal. He flew. He wasn't going to come to Comrades to support this year.
He's a supporter.
No, he runs, but now he doesn't run. He wasn't running this year, and he said he's not coming to Durban, but all the best. So every now and then he will send one of his runners for me to have a check with, his novices, and then I said, okay, no problem. And when I got to Field Seal, there he was.
Oh.
I cried so much. I'm like, what are you doing here? He said, I couldn't not come to Comrades.
Are you sure you were crying for him or because of Field Seal?
It was actually at the bottom of Field Seal.
Just at the bottom as
when you come from the bridge.
Yeah, as a
so
above the bridge.
I wasn't crying for Field Seal because I'm okay with the hills. I hope. Yeah, teasing. Maybe it was.
I was telling you, go ahead. You to say maybe you were crying because 3.2 kilometers.
It's long.
It's long.
And I'm like, what are you here? And he said to me, I couldn't not come to Comrades. He said, I booked the first flight out in the morning.
He came in the morning?
Yes, he came straight from the airport to Field Seal. And he said, I had to catch you. And subsequently, I saw him twice again on the road. And I just bawled my eyes out. And even at the start, the guy who was actually filming, supporting Sub Halala, I'm not sure if you saw it on YouTube. I'll send you the link.
Please do.
Farai came to Comrades, and I didn't know he's coming. At just after we crossed the start, there he was. I'm like, and then you, and he said, I had to come.
Not running, but supporting.
Supporting. Well. He said, I am here to support you today. I came for you. And he was supporting me, another friend of ours, Bridger, and Julian. I'm like, but why didn't you say anything? He said, I even told my wife not to tell you that I'm coming to, because I knew it was going to be a thing.
So that's how much impact, or that's how many lives you touched, because you touch people's lives to a point whereby, I mean, they would even, booking a plane last minute, like just to say, I'm going to book a flight for tomorrow, I can't afford to miss. That's how much impact you have in their lives.
And I was like little old me, like, and that is what made me so emotional. I'm like, thinking about just what you just said now. Someone sits on the couch like, I'm booking a flight. I don't know where am I going to stay tomorrow, but I'm going to Comrades and I'm going to support this person.
Yeah.
That is how much running means to me.
No.
And in my little way, if I can pay it forward, I will. If it's by taking one runner to the finish line, then I will pay it forward.
But you are definitely taking, I know that your bus will be packed, and I know that when we run, we run standing, but your bus has got those who come they come and sit, and then it's got the standing. The old buses.
Yes.
You sit. So yours is always packed. And this year, you say you took, and you can just imagine, you ran the whole road just only to meet her at the police shots. So, you're touching lives.
Thank you so much. And let this be the gospel that I leave behind.
Yeah.
And I paid it forward that way, and I always tell the guys that runs with me, if you can also at least just help one person, let it be.
Absolutely. We have to live like there's one must have a purpose, because if you live life and you just eat, sleep, it's you must have a purpose in life. And if people can understand the how one gets fulfilled, or the fulfillment that comes with touching or seeing that I'm living my purpose. I think all of us will go out and seek what is my purpose, how do I live my purpose.
Absolutely. And we really need to be advocates of paying it forward and having a purpose. Don't just live. While other people's purposes are probably hurting others, and that's what fulfilling it.
And on the flip side, this one of hating others, people, they excel in that, and they don't need to even go out to look for it. The minute they realize that this is my purpose, they just leave it. As if they've got a script written for them. Yeah.
Yes, and it's so true that you're saying. And even you guys doing this, it's so amazing. And getting stories of normal people with a 9 to 5, going out of your way to go and tell and share these little stories. It is a very, very fulfilling purpose.
And thanks because it's not everyone that we approach that do allow us to come and talk to them. I won't mention names, but there's one guy, and he's got a very good story. And I approached him last week to say, I think this is a good time to have a sit down with you. I explained why, and then he just said, no, I'll give you my manager's number and so forth. And to this day, he didn't come back. And I'm not even crossed with him, but I just say he doesn't know what opportunity he missed by just, maybe because I'm not popular or something, but it's an opportunity missed. But just the last one, I know we can go on and on. The Comrades talks that you do Comrades talks, right?
Yeah, I do.
And you get appointed by, do you do them through Comrades, or it's just something that you just do it voluntarily?
No, I do it voluntarily. The clubs or friends or crews would approach me. It's like you ask, like, I have a group of guys who are running, that I'm training with, they are running your first Comrades, can you please just come in, have a chat to them and see, because we just want to give them tips, and especially from someone who runs for 12 hours, because that's the longest that you can be on the road for. So we need to see it from that angle. Yes, there will be a guy that would run fast and he can speak from that side.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like someone who's going to finish in 7.5 hours or 6 hours. But then there are still 6 hours on the road, or 5 or whatever hours. So please come in and chat to our guys, and they would give me a stipend for my fuel, cover my fuel cost, or just to say thank you. And I absolutely love it, and this is the little that I can give back. There are so many, the clubs support me on the road. I don't want to lie. And all of them, they are there, Makhi, the people are on the bus, they feed me. It's out of their own coffers. They don't have
you see someone standing on the side of the road and they use their money to buy those items that, sometimes you get this, no, I want Mario, as if you've paid for it and it's out of their pocket.
Absolutely. So I go in, and this is the little that I can do, and I always tell the guys who runs on my bus, we're not going to be rude to anyone, we're not going to mock anyone, any runner. Even if a person passes us, you're not going to say, we're going to find you. No, we don't.
No beef.
No beef. Someone who gives you a banana, thank you, please, and thank you. You don't say, I want, may I please have. Our parents raised us like this, right? You can't just go to the lady next door to say Mfuna. What they will fully
No,
say.
we feel sometimes
Entitled.
Yeah, we feel entitled to those, forgetting that you've paid for your entry, and you've got your tables, your
Yes.
water stations, where if there's water, you have water. If there's Coke, you have your Coke. But if there's no bananas and all those other things,
it's not there.
It's not there. And if someone wakes up, puts fuel in their car, drives, and to support you, we must appreciate.
Absolutely. And I mean, Durban is not around the corner.
No.
It's far.
People go
to support.
They go for Durban July.
Yeah.
And you are there Durban June at the time.
Exactly. I mean, they are literally just supporting.
Yeah.
So let us be courteous and let us be grateful
for sure.
for what people are offering us. If they don't have, they don't have. I am actually known in the running fraternity for kicking people off my bus that I rode. I do.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm very strict.
Yeah, no. That's because you know that that one rotten apple
spoils the whole bunch.
Yeah, and then the people won't remember that person, but they would say that lady.
Yes, they'll say Makhi.
Yeah,
Makhi's
that lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I give them the rules at the start.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll stick to one lane. When so that the runners can pass. I try as much as possible for the bus to be on one lane so that guys can pass. I mean, you'll hear stories like, the buses are closing the road. And I'm like, I unfortunately don't have control over the size of the bus.
You know, the bus,
especially the 12-hour buses. They're huge because we pick up everybody from A seating to H will be on the bus. You know, because it's literally the cut-off buses. So if the road is narrow, then I'll say, guys, let's try to have as much possible as possible to have the other guys pass. It's not always possible, but when someone asks, may I please pass, there are runners that are rude. We don't internalize it, and I tell them, let's not internalize it. Let's not fight, because you're going to drain your energy. Comrades is long. You can't be fighting over someone who kicked you under your shoe like the whole day. Let it be.
And just last one, which permanent numbers are you chasing?
Because all of them.
All of them.
I've got Cosmos.
I saw you get your Cosmos. I also got my Cosmos.
Yeah,
I thought I was wearing a Comrades t-shirt when I came here. I thought, no, let me wear my Cosmos. Yeah. I know you got Cosmos.
So I've got my Cosmos. I'm chasing Soweto. I'm chasing Two Oceans. My Two Oceans and Comrades are now equal because there's Two Oceans that I didn't run.
Oh, so there are 7.
Yeah, so there's 7. If I ran the other one, it would have been 8 and 7. So I'm getting there. Omni Dam, I've done a few Omni Dams. Which other ones are there? Yeah, most of them actually.
You do Loscop?
Yes.
Yeah, it does have a permanent as well.
But this year I couldn't do Loscop because I was running Tshwane Ultra.
I did Tshwane Ultra, but I didn't see you.
Yeah, I was doing the 7-hour bus. And I advocate for supporting local races.
Yeah, no, I'm also.
Yeah, so all the Kasi races I run. I do Tembisa, I do Kabal, I support all of them. My waterfall races, I do Fat Cats, I do Chilies, all of them. I support local races, and I advocate to support local races because we need to grow our clubs, our club races, and we need to support one another. I mean, these guys support me and feed me on the road. So when they have a race that's $200,
it's only
I
fair.
pay. It's only fair.
And
I don't expect free entries. I pay because they have to pay the traffic cops. They have to pay for water. They have to pay everything. So nothing in life is free.
Nothing is free.
I mean, even Comrades, I pay my own accommodation, I pay my fuel, even to Ocean.
Because we ask ourselves questions as a bus driver.
Do I get paid?
Does she get paid? Maybe.
No.
You know, we don't even want to ask the organizer. We just we just sit in our little corner to say, yeah, I think this one is getting she's getting rebates of her entry fee, and she's getting some of our entry fee money.
No, I pay like you.
Yeah.
Accommodation I pay for my flights, and I don't expect handouts.
We at the end of the day, it is what we love, and we are prepared to spend money on it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if an organizer says to me, please come pay at my race, I will give you an entry voucher. I'm grateful when that happens, and I say thank you. I do appreciate that, and there are some that doesn't, and I'm really appreciative of it. Some of the races I would find I've entered already, because listen, I love free t-shirts. So I do
that as well. Especially when they say first few,
I'll be the one. And then if the organizers come and say I have a voucher for a pacer, then I'll ask, can I pay it forward to another runner? Then I will say pay it forward, because I already entered.
Yeah.
And then they'll say yes we can, or no we can't. And if they can't, I don't beef about it. But most instances they say, no, sure, Makhi, here's the voucher, you can give it to another runner because you supported our race already.
Oh, I see. Makhi, thank you very much. I know we can go all day long. We still have bills to pay,
yes,
and life to live. And because weekend is coming, we are going to do what we are known for, which is running. And thanks for your time. Thanks for allowing us to come and sit down with you. Thanks for allowing us in your home, above everything. And then thanks for everything.
No, you are welcome, and thank you so much for thinking about me out of everyone.
I know it's a Women's Month, and I thought, no, Manedu, I will not be doing justice if I don't, because I've spoken to you weeks prior to say I want to do a sit down, but because of other commitments we couldn't. But I thought, let the women before Women's Month end, let's do a sit down with Makhi.
Yeah, no. Thank you so much. And I mean, as you said, we can talk about running forever and the war stories that are happening on the road. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate your effort, and I appreciate you guys as people in running and seeing me as important enough to come and do that.
Believe me, you are very important. And from what we have spoken about, I think you know, just that you just don't want to accept it. And anyway, to our viewers at home, we say like, subscribe to our channel so that we can grow this channel together. And we saying to you, we will see you in our next episode. And peace.
Peace to the next episode.
Sure.